In this video, I'm going to tell you about the synopsis of Yumi Cells Episode 1. Assistant Manager Kim Yumi. Kim Yumi wakes up surprised to see her hubby from work, Taebuki, shirtless in bed with her. He leans over for a kiss, but unfortunately the sound of an alarm snaps Yumi back to reality. She's disappointed to wake up alone, but the dream kiss put a pep in her step. As she goes through her morning routine, we're introduced to a single 32-year-old whose last date was 3 years ago. One rainy night, a man ended things with Yumi for the sake of her happiness. Perplexed, Yumi argued that she was perfectly happy. He ran away dramatically, so she chased after him, unwilling to accept his unilateral decision. Another list of the pros Yumi's single life. She saved money by not purchasing new clothes, doesn't have to clean every day in anticipation of a guy coming over, and doesn't have too much on her mind. Getting to focus on work led her to a promotion at Tehan Noodles last month. When Yumi is asked to send file to Wookie from the sales team, she makes an excuse to walk over with a printed copy rather than sending an email. However, she intercepted by her young and peppy colleague Ruby, who is on her way to a meeting with sales. Yumi returns to her desk feeling glum, while the narrator explains that they have all adapted to her single life now. The problem is Wookie. Yumi barely keeps her cool when he stops by to chat, and her mind starts spinning after he asks where she lives. The narrator calls out Yumi, "You need to work. You're busy right now. Concentrate." To her credit, she does try, but soon after voice chimes in, and Yumi decides that she should ask Wookie why he asked. Session Chief Nam Joo-hyuk reminds her that their deadline is today and she should focus on work. However, the voices in her head battle it out, and Yumi entertains the idea that Wookie was flirting with her. The voice belong to rational cells and emotional cells, cells who live in a village inside Yumi's brain. Emotional has a feeling that Wookie is interested in Yumi and believes they should go and find out. Yumi decisively pulls Wookie aside to chat before his meeting, but anxiety cells chimes in to take rational side, worried that rumor will spread. Suddenly aware of her colleague staring, or in Ruby's case, glaring at her, Yumi aborts the mission. It's a strange interaction, but Wookie chuckles at her antics. Emotional cell is angry at rational cell for ruining their chances, fuming that this is why they'll die alone. At the end of the workday, Yumi is stuck on a calculation. 3 brain cells work hard at pushing the pole that activates her brain power, but they're stuck. Rational asks emotional to help out, but she's still mad at him, using Yumi's brain in a rational job, so why should she step in? Knowing how to appeal her emotion, rational reminds emotional that she can only see the sunset that she loves if they wrap up and head home early. Imagining the beautiful orange sky is all the motivation emotional needs to rally up the cells nearby. With extra hand on deck, Yumi finally solves her problem. However, something all too familiar happens when she rolls on a roll. Hunger strikes, literally. Hunger cells, adorably updated with a tteokbokki antenna, crushes the brain power pole and chases the other cells around, crying that he's hungry. Yumi can concentrate and ends up leaving to grab food, even though she'd have to stay back later. She runs into Wookie outside the office. He has a handful of drink and offers Yumi coffee. She accepts the kind gesture, but nearly drops the coffee. Wookie reacts quickly to catch the drink, and Yumi's whole world turns still when their hands touch. Flower petals begin to fall, and all the cells in the village dance in excitement when the Wookie opens the doors and makes contact with Yumi's hand again. Wookie asks if Yumi's almost done for the day. Rational cell knows it only takes about 30 minutes to wrap up. A detective cell interrupts with a dedication. Judging by the number of drinks Wookie is holding, his team must be working late. Wookie asks Yumi where she lives this morning, which can only mean that after staying late, Wookie will give her a ride home, and perhaps it'll be a night they'll always remember. The others are so sucked into this story, emotional and naughty cell especially, that Yumi doesn't hesitate to lie that she has so much work left and will have to finish late. Unfortunately, Detective Cell couldn't have been more wrong. Wookie isn't working overtime and wanted to give a Yumi a ride because he had plans in Ilsan where she lives. The zoom in on Yumi's desperate expression is priceless. The mischief-earned detective cell is a beating, and Yumi sighs that she lost her touch and is lonely. Rational Cell explained that the reason for this is because there's no love cell. 3 years ago, when Yumi chased her ex through the rain, she watched him hop into another woman's car happily. Poor Yumi's dreams cast afloat within the brain cell village, and love cell was swept away by the current. It's rumored that love is dead, but she's actually in coma and being looked after by white blood cell. Since then, Yumi has lost both her hunch and her desire to date. Just as Rational wonder if they grow old and alone, Wookie calls. His bus got delayed, so he's back in the office. Wookie shows up in person and say, "Let's go together, I'll take you home." He even prepared to wait for Yumi to finish, and it's at this exact moment that Yumi's heart skips a beat. Love Cell opened her eyes for the first time in 3 years. That's it for the video. Bye!